we are really struggling away from home, aren't we? Yes, we've won today, but boy, we've got a lot to talk about. It was very, very unconvincing. It was a bad display of football from us. It really was. Watford, no disrespect to them. Fantastic squad. They've got some really good players. They're so physical. They've won a lot of games this season where they've just kind of beaten the opponent physically. But we could barely get past them with 10 men. I mean, it's not looking good, is it? Away from home. I'm obviously very relieved that we got the 3 points, but it is concerning. It really is. I don't know why and how our form is so bad away from home. It's clearly a mental issue. All the players need to go and see some psychiatrists. They need to do whatever to help them feel more free. I mean, everyone feels... It looks like they're so tense. They're all so stressed. Just chill, okay? I don't know. Let's just talk about the game itself, because, of course, we've come away with a 1-0 win, which... Is it lucky? I wouldn't say it was lucky in terms of it being just 1-0. I think it was lucky that they went down to 10 men with Deeney getting sent off. Questionable. Was it a red? Was it not? I think if it's any other player than Torreira, it's not a red card. I think the height genuinely played a part in this red card, because Deeney, we all know what he's all about. He may not be the most technically gifted football player, but boy, he's strong. He roughs them up, doesn't he? Every defender is probably scared to play against Deeney. So his game is quite often not necessarily on the ball, but what he does off it. In this case, he's got the ball and he's running, or at least he was chasing the ball. And Torreira is just the perfect height for that. Just perfect for a little elbow. And Torreira definitely got hit in the face. There's no doubt about it. The elbow has connected with his face. But whether it's intentional is a different story. Deeney has a past of being very rough. He's just like that on the pitch. He roughs people up. It's what he does. He says it in his interviews. I'm just there to be a nuisance. So with his track record being overly physical, then I think the referee will instantly think to himself, he's gone in a bit too heavy on Torreira there. He's probably elbowed him on purpose. Therefore, it is a red card by the letter of the law. But you could talk about it with any fan in football and they would have a completely different point of view, especially the Watford fans. You know, Watford fans will see that and just think Arsenal players cheating. You know, there was the odd chant, you know, Arsenal, shame on Arsenal always cheating, you know, the usual. But Torreira isn't... I don't think he's like that. I genuinely feel like he felt an elbow. He's gone down in a lot of pain. I mean, imagine you're running at that kind of speed and a tank like Deeney shoves his elbow in your face. It's going to hurt. So I don't blame Torreira for going down, and I don't blame the referee for giving a red card. But at this point, of course, we're winning 1-0, and we didn't even look good. What do we think about the lineup? Leno was incredible today. I thought Leno had a very, very good game. There's a moment, though, where once we brought on Maitland-Niles in the second half, he really bailed Leno out. I wouldn't say it was Leno's fault, but he did get rounded by, was it Gray? I think it might have been. And luckily, Maitland-Niles was there to make a block. I think that would have been an equaliser otherwise. Mustafi in the lineup, and I'm there thinking, we're clearly playing 4 at the back, so if we've got Koscielny and Mavropanos starting, I'll get on to Mavropanos in a moment, Mustafi must be playing right back. And he was playing at right back, and do you know what? If Mustafi has to play, let's put him on the wing, yeah? Because if he does make a mistake, has got someone there to help him and bail him out. So Mustafi, I didn't think had a bad game per se, but I don't want him in this first team if we can avoid it. Maitland-Niles came on and made such an impact, and I think part of it was maybe rotation and just resting a few legs, but Maitland-Niles really did a good job when he came on. Did he even come on at right back, though? I can't actually remember. I've got to say, I was a little bit distracted in the second half. I missed maybe a couple of things. But I thought that block that Maitland-Niles made, it's just another reason to bring someone like Maitland-Niles into this team. He's so quick, he's so energetic, and he seems to be a very intelligent football player, so I really like that. Koscielny was getting thrown around in this game. He really is a warrior, isn't he? With him and Socrates, I just know that no matter who you come up against, whether it is a Troy Deeney or whether it is Olivier Giroud from Chelsea, or someone just really big and physical, they're going to be okay. You know, they can deal with it. So I was happy with Koscielny's performance tonight. Now, Mavropanos, the guy's got all the qualities to be a really good defender, but there's clearly a lack of confidence and experience there. I think the guy will come good for us if we give him the time. That's the issue for me. Do we give Mavropanos the time? If we do, that means probably from next season onwards, especially if Koscielny is retiring at the end of the season, we don't know if that's going to happen or not, or if he's going to be moving back to France and playing for a team in the French division. Like, who knows what's going on, but surely if Mavropanos is here to stay and we want him to become one of our main defenders in the next few years, he's going to have to start playing soon. I just feel like we're not at that point right now in this era of having Unai Emery coming in. Can we really afford to be playing Mavropanos when really we should be going into the market and spending 40, 50 million pounds on a defender? I just don't see the timing being quite there for Mavropanos, so I don't feel too much hope in that regard. I think he will, and he is, a good player, but I don't think he's quite... it's difficult. It's very early to tell. I think he's very good in the air. He's obviously very good with his physicality, but I do feel like when he's on the ball, I'm a little bit... Yeah, it's a little bit concerning because he isn't that experienced, you know. Monreal did his usual thing. I thought he had an okay game. Moving into midfield, Torreira came off at half-time, which was a little bit of a shame, but he did well, despite being almost knocked unconscious. Xhaka back in the lineup, was always happy to see that. He's very good at controlling the game for us, and I think we are a better side with him in it. Mkhitaryan, Mr. Inconsistent, goes through spells where he's quite literally unplayable, and then he goes through spells where he's just so average, man. Today was one of those games where massively average, and I would have rather Ozil started, to be fair. Not sure why he didn't, but maybe, well, it probably is because Watford are a physical team and Ozil just doesn't shine in those kind of games. But he came on and got involved a lot in that second half, so I think he showed Emery wrong, that actually he can deal with it. Ramsey thought relatively quiet today as well. Didn't have his best game, but he wasn't bad. Iwobi, there was a few opportunities, especially in the first half, where he's on the edge of the box. You're looking for maybe a shot or a decisive pass, and he does that wobbling, trying to do a few step-overs a little bit too quickly that his brain can't keep up, and doesn't do anything. And it's a little bit of a shame. Aubameyang got his goal today, and boy, was it a bit of a freakish goal. I don't know. I know a lot of Watford fans will blame the keeper, but in that situation, you've got quite literally, I don't know, top 10 fastest player in the world, Aubameyang. He's easily up there in the top 10. When he's running at you at his top speed, I mean, he was going for it. I don't think there is actually much you can do if you're a goalkeeper that isn't typically comfortable with the ball at your feet. I don't think you can put all the blame on him. I think it's unlucky timing that it happened to be Aubameyang. I mean, any other Arsenal player there, I don't actually think that he's gonna be under that much pressure. But yes, he should have cleared it earlier. Aubameyang did fantastically well to stay on him, and we've won the game because of it. So well done to Aubameyang. Not his best goal ever, but certainly a high-effort goal. He didn't really have the right to even go for that. Not many people would have, I don't think. So that was great to see. And that's one thing that I think Aubameyang has brought that was lost when we sold Alexis Sanchez. When we had Sanchez, we had that pitbull type player. The guy that would just keep pressure up on the ball. Run. Just run directly at the player who's going to get possession or has possession. Aubameyang does offer that, and Lacazette can do it too. He's very good at pressing. Torreira is obviously very good running around like a little magician he is and intercepting all the passes. And that's definitely something that we've managed to keep after losing Sanchez. But, as we've seen over the last few weeks with Ramsey playing so well, how do we replace that? In games like today, let's say Ramsey wasn't here today, and I know he didn't have a great game, but that's the kind of performance and kind of a player that you need in these games. Someone that's just going to find a bit of space in between the lines and make something happen. Although that didn't happen today, I'm just concerned for the future without Ramsey. Where do we get that from? I don't think there's many better. at what he does than Ramsey himself. So it's reminding me of these things that, you know, when you sell a player, like when we lost Patrick Vieira all those years ago, we never replaced that commanding midfield role. We still arguably haven't, even though Torreira's come in. They're completely different types of players physically, right? Thierry Henry, when he went to Barcelona, we never really replaced him. Now, these players, you could argue, are irreplaceable, but Sanchez and Ramsey are most definitely replaceable. We need to be active in the market this summer to bring in someone that can come and do Ramsey's job. And one player, and I wanted to talk about it at the end of this video, that I would absolutely love to see us bring in is Maddison at Leicester. This guy, if you look at his stats, it's pretty remarkable. And when Brendan Rodgers has come into Leicester, he's actually got Maddison playing a little bit of a slightly deeper role. They call it the number 10 role behind the striker. Then you've got the number 8 role, which is kind of in between a DM and a cam, and it's kind of box to box, but maybe more attacking, a bit more playmaking. I actually think James Maddison could be a very, very good replacement for Ramsey. So that would be one of my dream moves this summer. I really like Maddison. I think he's going to be big for England very soon. I think he will get the call up. And also, we are missing an English core that we used to have. I miss the days of Oxlade, Wilshere, Gibbs, Walcott. I miss these guys. I feel like we've lost that kind of identity at Arsenal. I don't know why I'm talking about it now, but it just came to my head. I would really like us to sign a couple more English players in the next few years. I know we're going to get Nelson back from his loan, and he was scoring back for Hoffenheim yesterday. I think he scored. He's doing very well out there, despite not playing every single game so far, but that's going to be nice. I think we should be definitely playing him next season. Maybe we can bring in a Maddison, something like that. But ultimately, what does this result mean? Well, it means we're still one of the favourites to get top 4, and it was absolutely vital that we picked up the win today. If we lost this game, I think it's too early to say it's over, but mentally I think it would be over. I just think we crumble away from home, but we've managed to scrape the points today. Emery's got a big job in his hands to turn that around. That mentality that we just struggle away from home, turn that into something positive. Maybe we can do it before the end of the season and we've still got more away games to come, so we need to get more points. I think we're fine at home, but yeah, just another example today of our very, very poor performances away from home. So thank you for watching this review. If you have enjoyed it, smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you for the next one soon.